Everybody. There we go. Okay. Hey, good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a good Thursday night. Pretty hot here in Wandering DM's headquarters in New York. I think it's 11 p.m. at night, and I think it's still 90 degrees out. So I'm going to sit inside, and you're going to see Dan play some more games from the Elder Times. Me being Dan, of course, the game being AD&D Pool of Radiance. Hey, NPR. Hope you're doing well tonight. So let's get started with that. So again, if you're new to Pool of Radiance, this epic advanced Dungeons and Dragons game here from 1988, before the mouse, there's no mouse controlling this game. It's all purely keyboard. And again, this game was added to Steam just a couple months ago, so I thought it'd be a good chance for me to play it for the first time, and I'm getting all kinds of good advice from people that are a lot more expert at this than I am, as I got to do it the hard way. Let me see. I got to get in past the copy control. You know, we had on the Wandering DM's talk show on Sunday, we had Zach Glazer of Necromancer Games, and he coincidentally brought up these gold box games like Pool of Radiance, and then he challenged me about having the code wheel. And I said, of course I have the code wheel. Who do you think I am? So we had a good laugh with Zach and Necromancer Games about that. That was a really good interview, actually. We had a good time with that on Sunday. If you haven't seen that, I would recommend it. So I got to find the Elvish rune that looks like this. And I got to find the Dwarven rune that looks like... Is that it? There's not going to be another one that has two prongs on it, is there? And then look at the dash dot dot dash dot. Okay, that would be zombie. And I'm in. Cool. Oh no, NPR, you have COVID? Oh crap. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It seems like we're all going to have it. I don't know if that's... Now, the follow-up question is like, is that your first time? Or are you having it multiple times? Because I got to admit, at this point, pretty much, even if we're like, I've been vaccinated many times, and I still got hit by it. So it's a real hassle. I hope you get over it real soon. Hey, Draco Siegfried, hope you're doing well tonight. Glad you could join us. So last episode was where I ran into the ambush on Sokal Keep. And I got onto Sokal Keep for the first time, discovered that there's a secret, and I mean, I thought I was just fooling around, but I accidentally stumbled on the fact that there is a code word that'll get you past the enormous hordes of undead running around there. And then I ran into this just giant mob of humanoids, of orcs and hobgoblins, just an enormous number. And after I managed to defeat them, amazingly, we did find a letter in the journal. It's journal number 57 that said, ratty piece of parchment with large writing on one side. Someone writing to the person that was leading the ambush, saying, our spies in the city inform us that a party of invaders will travel to Sokal Keep to free it. To combat these invaders, assemble a force of no less than 3 squads. Travel by boat from the small docks at the west of town to Thorn Island. That's where Sokal Keep is. Move undetected to Sokal Keep. Find the adventurers in or around Sokal Keep. Kill them before they can return to the city council with information about the true situation at the keep. Return with the invaders' heads as proof of completion of your mission. Upon completion, you will be rewarded with food, treasure, and many slaves. Signed, the boss. So I managed to narrowly avoid that, and am apparently getting stalked by the boss repeatedly. So, but I just barely managed to get through that one encounter. I came back to town, which is where I am right at the moment. Resupplied, sold the junk. Rested, healed up, got spells back. And so I still don't know what the true situation at the keep is. And nobody spoil it for me, because I'm gonna find out tonight, and hopefully I can clear the rest of the keep here. Just looking at MP. Jeez, MPR, you got COVID for the second time. Yep. Even though your girlfriend's vaccinated. Yeah, I mean, so hopefully it'll be fairly easy to get over it. I totally feel that. Anyway, so it's good. You know, when I have trouble like that, I have gotten advice in the past of like, sit back, watch a video, watch a movie, play a video game, and just get your mind off it. So so I'm glad you're with us. Okay, so I did some bookkeeping off camera. You know, doing the shopping is maybe not the most compelling stream content. So I did that before we get started tonight. The main thing that I want to do right now is I can level up some people. I can level up Griffith, who is my fighter cleric. Yeah. And boy, he was really close last time, so I can finally level him up. And then I have... interesting. Yep, you're right. Yeah, Nathan is right. So we've seen the boss. Oh, right. Oh, I get it. You're right. I thought those were separate ambushes. Huh. You're right. Good point. Well, I'm glad you hooked that up for me. That's great. That's a wonderful little hook. So anyway, so I'm going to go level up Griffith right now. The question is, I can also level up Mr. Warrior, who, of course, started off as a second level fighter. Now he's currently, okay, still second level, but I can actually make him third level if I want. It's going to cost me 1,000 gold pieces. He's an NPC. He's a lawful evil NPC. So I know that, you know, a lot of people discard the NPCs. So I've gotten a lot of feedback about, really, I'm surprised that you still got those NPCs running around with you. They've done a pretty good job for me. I certainly needed them in the Ogre Troll fight, and I've had a couple people say that when they play, they would just get rid of them right after the Ogre Troll fight. So I guess I'm open to advice about whether you guys think it's worthwhile for me to level up my warrior, who's an NPC, in addition to Griffith. So NPR's suggestion is level up the warrior so he can be more powerful at the point when he surrenders to dying orcs. Okay, so I'm trying to level up actually, now I don't know what class. What class does Griffith need to level up in? So there's Griffith, my cleric fighter. So, right, that's cleric, right? So clerics go 1,500, 3,000, 6,000, like that. So I can get a level in cleric there. Magic users through the east and clerics through the west. Great. We train only clerics here. Do you want to train? Yes, I do. That's why I came. Okay, now I gotta give some treasure over to him. So 1,000 gold pieces, that's 200 platinum. Let me trade some stuff here. So if I give him like 100, that'll be enough. And I want to train this character. Griffith will become a third level cleric. Do you want to train? Yes, I do. Okay, so Griffith is now third level cleric, and it doesn't look like he got many hit points out of that. Looking at my little chart of max hit points that I keep. So he only got 2. That's a little disappointing. That's actually really terrible, in fact, because his con's 15. Let me see, 18, 17, 16, 15. Geez, he must have rolled a 1, because you do get +1. If memory serves, you do get +1 at 15 con, so he actually just rolled a 1. Okay, that's classic D&D for you. Thank you for that screw job. Okay. Yeah, I've been getting... my rolls... Yeah, I have been suffering from these hit point rolls. And again, you know, obviously, if I really wanted to power game this, I could go back to the saved game and maybe retry. But admittedly, I'm only going back to the saved game on a TPK, which is bad enough. So you're saying don't level up the warrior. Boy, it's really hard for me not to level up a character in my party. You know what? I actually do think I'm going to do this, and I apologize if this is heresy. Maybe this is the last time I do it. I'm going to level this guy up, try to get a little bit more power on my front line. Now again, I sold extra magic items earlier on, specifically to have money to level people up. So I think you are going to see me do this here. If I had somebody else, if I had one or two other people chime in and say no, it's a terrible mistake to level up the warrior, I might redirect what I'm doing here. Yeah, I certainly, if I had anybody else to level up, obviously I would, right one. Whoops, I hit the wrong button there. As one is wont to do here. Obviously, if I had anybody else to level up, I would certainly prioritize the spellcasters, but there's nobody that has the experience right now. Later on, if I had to make a decision, of course, I'd totally go with that. Right, I have to go to the other room. So here I am in the room that's filled with dueling pairs, so I'm going to get the offer to do dueling. And I have used that at least once if I'm super close to leveling up, if I just need, like, within 100 XP. That's actually not a terrible option. But I certainly don't need to do that right now. And I am full up on the party, so don't need that either. We train only fighters here. Do you want to train? I actually am going to do this. Possibly the last time I level up an NPC, but here we go. So the warrior will become a 3rd level fighter. Jeez. Okay, he got 5 hit points. That's not terrible. Right, so he actually rolled a 5 on a D10. I guess that's what you would expect, literally. Okay, there are times when I wish that the interface told me the maximum hit points of the characters, but I got to do that. Got to call my own number on that one. All right, so let's head back to Sokal Keep. Wait, I need to get the extra spell, right? Most everybody's got all their spells memorized, but I should go have Griffith get this new spell he just picked up. Yes, I wish to stay at your lovely inn. Okay, so Griffith just picked up a 2nd level spell for the first time. And now the question is, which one do I take? I have Spiritual Hammer Highlighter at the moment. So I was practicing a couple things offline this week. And to my surprise, so in the 1st edition Player's Handbook, Spiritual Weapon acts like a force distance thing. So it says you can attack anybody within 3 inches while it's operating. That is not how I found that to work in the game here. I found you get this hammer. If you need to, you can hit things that are only hit by magic weapons, okay? But you can use it normally in melee, and at least when I tried it, I threw it, and it did not come back. So it was a one-shot throwing item. So that
I think I'm going to shy away. I was pretty underwhelmed by Spiritual Hammer when I tried it out. I don't know, if I absolutely knew I was fighting something that was hit only by magic weapons, I guess I'd pick it. You know, there's a possibility I'm about to run into a white or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. But I wasn't super thrilled by it. What I did I just ran into a whole bunch of hobgoblins. Is that going to happen again? I don't know. Herp derp. So do I see more hobgoblins, or do I see a nasty undead like a white? I guess that's the thing I'm. And of course, I got Silence 15-foot radius, which you can use to lock down enemy spellcasters. I guess that's a possibility in this shrine area that I'm about to go into. I'm gonna go with Hold Person. Did me pretty well in the last fight. Okay, and the other thing I just want to make sure that Griffith's the one that has detect magic. Okay, so just document that. So when I do run into like a cache of a whole bunch of equipment, it's Griffith that I get a highlight to cast detect magic on it. Note to self. Save that there. Okay. So let's head back to Sokal Keep and find out what the quote-unquote true situation is that they were willing to throw so many people at me to prevent. Yeah, thanks for that, NPR. Yeah, certainly did me well in the last fight there. The thing about hold is that I tend to forget that it's by default it hits multiple people. Like I guess my brain's kind of an original D&D when I'm assuming it's only hitting one person. The fact that I could actually target 3 separate people last time was a pleasant surprise. Alrighty, so the boat disembarks me at Sokal Keep. So here I am, and here are the massive doors, the rotting remains of the once mighty gates of Sokal Keep. And of course, the mound of reeds to the west is where I picked up the parchment that gave me the secret code word. Delightful. And this is the point of the show where Dan looks up in his notes because he doesn't remember what the code word was. Chestney, right? I'm going to parlay and I'm going to be abusive. Whoops, I almost misspelled it. Chestney. The undead leave, perfect. And I berate them and send obscenities their way as they go away. There's just a completely unreal amount of undead here. Yes, I will give the password. Oh my lord. Another undead patrol confronts me. Do you give the password? Yes. Let's see where my area is here. Oh, good lord. Yes. Okay, so this hall is empty, save for signs of a recent battle. That was the giant ambush army that I had to deal with last time. Now it's empty. And I guess to my right here is this shrine area that I didn't go into. Introvert's nightmare. I love that. Literally. Like when I wrapped up last time, somebody really wanted me check inside here, but I neither had time nor resources. So, wonder what's in here. This was once the chapel of the keep. Inside the doorway are the dried husks of 2 orcs, their faces twisted with terror. A large altar dominates the southern wall. So dried husks. That's huge. 'Huge. 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 '
Okay, so that I'm guessing that's probably the sign of something that drains levels, right? So I was guessing whites before. Let me actually, I'm going to look at my original D&D book because the list of monsters is more brief. Is that the first thing that drain? Yeah. So whites usually the first level draining undead, and they are. You can hit them by silver, right? You can hit him with silver. Okay, so I got a couple people with. So I got one magic sword. The warrior, for what it's worth, has a silver battle axe if I need to. Pretty much none of my spells would affect it. I got some magic arrows, right? I've been carrying around magic arrows, and I'm being very careful not to use the magic arrows like on the trolls, specifically for the situation. So I'm personally guessing I'm going to see white here. Could be a giant spider, something that would leave husks around. I think I've got the goods, you know. Who's got the magic arrows, actually? Because we could distribute those, now that I think about it. Okay, those are normal arrows. Trying to work smarter, not harder. Those are normal. I wonder if a magic bow lets you hit a thing that's only hit by magic weapons. I think technically, by the book in AD&D, I think the answer is no. Later editions would be different, I think. So it's these 56 arrows here that Griffith has that's magic, actually. So you know what would be smart would be to split these up and distribute them to everybody else. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have this and have this. And then I'm going to trade this to people at the back that have bows. That. Yeah. That's my brilliant plan there. So if I if and when I do run into somebody that's hit by magic weapons, everybody's got magic arrows. Yeah. We'll try that. You know, I'm actually going to save this before I get in too much trouble. All right, so that's what I'm doing with. Is that the altar there? That's a fancy shrine. Oops. A pale form rises before you. Okay, so this is a person I will parlay with. I'm going to be nice. What do you say? Type a single word. Well, okay, so the thing that's worked recently is that that encoded message paper. I'm going to guess that Chesney isn't going to be the thing that unlocks everything. So there's two other words on it. There's Lux and Samasud. I'm going to try this Samasud word. That's my best stab at something meaningful. The outline of a sad-faced man wavers and fades away. Was that good? I'm going to search this space. If I go back there, does he come back? I don't know if that was good or bad. I'm seeing not good. Whoops, what did I just get into here? It's a weird little space. I mean, right. It certainly. Let me
go in these little spaces here and search them. Are those like confession booths? What the heck are these? Okay, nothing there. I'm just gonna try going out and then back in again. I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, maybe that was like a wight that would have attacked me if I'd said something different. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what other things are happening in Sokal Keep? This building is filled with broken and splintered wood, the remains of the bunks and chests of the original defenders. It seems everything has been well looted. I'm going to assume that's correct. A mist rises and thickens into numerous shadowing figures. From these figures rises a low moaning. Okay, this is what kind of was what I was worried about. Ghostly shapes screech out a dreadful, keening howl. So I'm not being given a parlay option. I was hoping there weren't be multiple higher level undead. I was hoping like maybe 1 or 2 bosses, but of course this game isn't going to do that. Is it? I'm gonna combat. Whoa, whoa, oh, whoa, the figures cry piteously. Was that it? And then they're gone? Oh, that wasn't... Ghostly shapes screech out a dreadful keening howl. It before 30 wights and ghouls. What if I advance? That is a specter. That is not what I wanted to see. Ghostly shapes screech out a dreadful keening howl. Yeah, man, I did really they're gonna throw multiple specters at me? I'm gonna be meek. I mean, does this... Okay, it's clear, I mean, the same word... It's not going to be the same word. Right? If it was the same word, they would have skipped it and just said, do you use the code words? So it's going to be one of the other words. Wrong word. The moaning continues. Weird. Okay, you can parlay after advancing, which is what I just did. Okay, thank you for that confirmation. Jeez. Ghostly shapes screech out a dreadful keening howl. Yeah. Gonna be nice. Let me say this other word. The haunts burst into a chorus of howls, moans, complaints, wails, and other lamentations over their fate and the fate of their families. They were the original defenders of the keep. Oh, interesting. Before the cleric's spells inadvertently bound them to this place, one spirit's voice rises above the rest. An account of our trials is within the diary. He points to a floorboard. Beneath a floorboard, you find some gems and a few pages of a diary. You copy these pages into your journal as entry 3. What is entry 3? Well, I really thought I was going to be fighting multiple specters there, the way we were presenting that. Jeez, that's a long entry. An old leather-bound book written with a small, firm hand. Quote, "The hordes came again last night. Their coordination was frightening. Under the cover of darkness, goblins and kobolds pushed bundles of sticks to within bow range. These bundles formed a wall that protected the small ones from our archers. Once the wall was erected, orc archers took up safe positions there and began pelting the castle walls with arrows. We tried shooting flaming arrows at the wall of sticks to set it afire. Monsters are normally afraid of fire, but these monsters showed no fear. They simply scooped dirt on the flames to put them out. Before all the fires were out, they had resumed firing at us. Surely some unnatural force must have been at work to weld these quarrelsome beasts into an organized fighting force. I do not know if we can combat the monster's onslaught much longer. We lost 12 more men last night. The monsters seem to have an unlimited number of reinforcements. The last priest of Tyr, Phlan Martinez, says he has a way to protect the keep, but he says that it's so terrible that it may only be used as a last resort. Unless we receive reinforcements shortly, Phlan Martinez is our only hope. Aha. Well, that was sort of a dreadful last resort, actually. Do you take the gems? Yeah, I assume that's okay. Now, of course, those guys take a batch of it. That's okay. Each character receives 156 XP. Not bad. Let me just see what's available there. Oops. I mean, 5 gems. I will pool it. I mean, I will share it. Actually, you know what? I do want to pool stuff, actually, because I gave a bunch of money from one person to level each other up, so I should distribute that out better. And I've done that. Let me save that. Okay, well, that's so far so good. Check out this parallel room here. Okay, that seems empty-ish. You enter the keep's old armory. All of the weapons and armor have decayed into uselessness. Well, that's not good. That's a big empty-ish room. I'm looking at a couple of spaces. I'm not looking at everything. What is this deal here? Oh, there's the door. Nothing. Is there any door up here? A broken hearth and bellows dominates the collapsed remains of a blacksmith shop. You gotta have a blacksmith if you got troops. That's by the book. I agree. That makes sense. The floor is spongy and damp. The croaking of frogs greets your entry. You know, for what it's worth, they tend to put like giant frogs or a thing. They tend to put in these like low-level areas like Temple of Hamlet, right? That's literally the first monster you got to fight to get into the ruined keep there. So, yeah, giant frogs. They used to love that. Oop. Hey, there's a giant frog. The croaking rises in volume. I mean, I can't parlay with a giant frog, can I? Yeah, they all do. That's right out of original D&D, so it matriculated its way into both the BX line and Advanced. So it's technically in all the old rules if you look in the right place. Oh, brother. I'm going to try to talk this frog. What do you mean we got to talk to this lynx? Deep cut, if you know where that came from. I'm going to be haughty. Like, what? Think I'm going to deal with you? You know, at least I got a response. That's something. There's only 4 of them. Let me think. Giant frogs. AC 8, 4 hit points. Okay, but they're poisonous. Urgh. Okay. And of course, it's unless they've modified it in the game. Of course, first edition poison is save or die. So that could get bad pretty fast. Only 4 hit points. What have I got on tap here? I got Cadell here. Yeah. right? I'm gonna use a sleep spell just so I don't have to deal with poison. Okay, hopefully that was a good idea. Hopefully that's okay. I really, you know, just one misstep with poisonous stuff and you're screwed. Let me see. What is it? You have APT? Is how we're doing that? APT. Nice. Yeah, that confirmed that they were low hit dice, right? One hit die probably. Whoops, no. Right? There's a. So for one sleep spell, I think I'm happy with that. Being confident that I don't get poisoned. There is no money there. Okay, yeah. How about that? Let me save that. That's my call. Don't mess around with poison in classic D&D. I guess that's everything, right? Did I search this space? Okay, so this is the courtyard, right? This is back in the courtyard. Probably gonna run some undead, he said. Do you give the password? Yeah. Go away. Unwholesome mold and fungi cover the decaying ruins of the keep's stable. A putrid smell of sickness rises as you enter the building. Okay, so this could be some kind of moldy thing. Yellow mold, green slime, something like that. Possible. What's the brown molds? The really awful stuff. They seem to like, because they had a place in the slums that was like a stable that was also like all rancid and terrible. So they seem to like dressing up the stables is a horrible thing. If I run out of yellow mold, I mean, I threw away all my oil, so I don't have anything to burn yellow mold with. Huh? This could get bad. Seems basically empty there. Don't see any other exits. Yeah, I mean, Barn, you're right. Barns are legitimately smelly. I guess if you work there long enough, you overlook the smell after a while. It's weird. You know, it's weird. I was reading an old article about it was like the New York Times about when they first made the product Febreze. They marketed it one way of like, get rid of all the terrible smells in your house, and it was a huge flop because nobody knew about the smells in their own house. Like apparently they had researchers go into someone's house and they actually physically gagged on like the cat smells, and the person who owned the house was like, isn't it wonderful? My cats don't smell at all. So clearly I don't need any Febreze. I think that's the product was. So this is another courtyard, right, that I've never been in. Anything interesting down here? That's like a lot of space that's mostly empty. I think this is like the largest space. I mean, if you don't count the mobs of undead. It's like a really large empty space there, if I'm not mistaken. I can't get in any of these places. Hunting for secret doors here at the moment. I guess that's it. So I think, I mean, have I basic? At this point, I could abort the undead here. So I've searched most of the eastern side here, right? And there was no way to go. What? There was no way to go further north. Weird. So to get in that north part, do I have to? So here's the Hall of the Ambush. There's someplace over here that's going to take me to that northern section. You know, while I'm hunting around here, one of the other things that came up in the last episode or so was exactly how what exactly is the range, scale, area conversion. And I think what we all agree with is that the movement and the missile weapons, you know, in first edition, up through first edition, the scaling was all given in inches. And it kind of is a little bit sketchy about exactly what the inches are telling you. There's at least 3 different things they say about it. But we agree that whatever the inches are in first edition, the movement and the missiles and almost all the spell ranges and areas convert over to exactly that many squares. But one thing I found is that the sleep spell range is not per the book. It actually contradicts both the player's handbook and also the clue book for Pool of Radiance. It says the range of sleep is 3 inches plus 1 inch per level, but what I found is it's actually 3 inches plus 4 inches per level, which is a big difference. So that fight that I was really like, am I close enough to cast sleep? I don't know. I definitely was, because the range of sleep is a lot more than it is in any of the first edition books. And I'm kind of wondering whether that was like a mistake or a design decision that it didn't get to the people who wrote the clue book. And I'm also wondering like how many other spells are slightly off book like that. Maybe it's just sleep. Trying to figure out where these doors are headed. Yikes! Oh man. The interior is overrun with insects. At your footstep, they fall from the walls and the ceiling. Gross. Is that like a pedipalp? I mean, the Monster Manual 2 has like some weird insect creatures. Oh geez, huge scorpion. And of course, huge scorpions, they're poisonous, so I just blew my... Now these guys are going to be too... these guys are probably going to be too high level for sleep to work super well. They're like 5 hit dice, if I recall, and that's too much for sleep. That sucks. Well... Yeah, right. Yeah, I got to admit, delay poison was not high on my list, but yeah. Now I'm wishing I had that. Not many spells can I use. So sleep's not going to work.
All right, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna look. Is this kosher for me to look this up in the monster manual? Yeah, 5, like I thought. So I can't use sleep, can't use whole person because they're not persons. And so what I'm looking at here is like a stinking cloud, but man, the range on that is so bad. I can barely get the front scorpion, but I'd have to catch 2 of my own people in it. I think I got a scroll with Ray of Enfeeblement. I don't know if that would help at all. I think I just have to throw down a salvo of hideous missile fire, right? I'm not seeing any other clever thing to do than that. So of course I'm going to focus my fire on one of them. Payton. I don't have any super special thing here. Yep, none of that's going to help me right now. Okay, here we go. Not good. It's got a good AC, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. What? 1 point of damage? Jeez. EC 4, right? That's like, that's 1 step below plate mail. Oh, crap. Well, good. No, damn it. I'm so upset I'm losing my voice. I mean, none of... So there's the stinking cloud, but... Okay, and she's the end of my round here. So I could drop a stinking cloud on that 1 scorpion, but it would also catch whoever's up there, Griffith. Not much else I can do. That was a bad round. I will choose to use the broadsword here. Of course, scorpions have 3 attacks to get the 2 claws plus the poison tail. So, that's not great. What is with this 1 hit point damage? I mean, they don't have some kind of damage reduction, do they? Special defense is nil. They have a segmented tail that lashes forward to sting its victim to death with poison. I'm just getting terrible rolls as usual. Just at the wrong time. Okay, that's better. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. There you go. Okay, so I got 1 more. Well, I guess that's the end of my NPCs because I don't have any way to save them.
Have I damaged that thing? I have not. But I mean, I'm worried. I'm sufficiently worried about this that I'm thinking about using the stinking cloud on this one thing. I'm not in position to do it right this second. Shit. Fuck. Ugh. Well. And so much for my double attacks. One, two, three. That would catch Griffith right here. Now I can't use missile weapons by any of my fighters. You know, it's funny. It's funny. You're saying you don't like it. You don't like poison impure. I can't say as I disagree. You know, I do tend to. I actually do run classic D&D by the book on that score, but you know, I go back and forth about whether it makes any sense. Honestly. Holy smoke! That was a good hit. Okay, well that's it for that, but I don't have any way of saving any of those characters. That sucks. Particularly Payton. She was pretty important in a lot of cases. I mean, Cure Light Wounds isn't going to help. Can I run back to a temple? I mean, do I have enough time to run back to a temple before people die? I guess I should try that, eh? I don't have any scroll that's going to help. Oh, interesting, Nathan. Yeah, okay. So that's the first place. So you're looking at the sleep spell there. That's actually the first place that's properly documented, actually, that we've seen. So somebody figured it out before I did. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to run back to town, and maybe I can get to a temple and save these people. I do not know how fast this happens. I guess I'm gonna look here. Okay, what is the fastest way to get back to town? I guess I go here, here. You guys are not helping. Not sure if those guys are dead yet or not. I mean, I'm kind of assuming that there has to be some delay in order to even possibly use delay poison. That's actually a usual, like an argumentation point in classic D&D, is that you're supposed to be instantly dead, but on the other hand, there's a slow poison spell that's supposed to get in before that. Okay, so I don't want to, sorry, I'm pulling up my map of town so I don't fart around too long. Okay, now fortunately there is a temple right off the pier, right here. The priests of Tyr welcome you to the temple. Do you seek healing? Well, heck yes. Okay, so I will go with Payton first, my PC. Yeah. Neutralize poison. That seems important. Is this actually going to work? Neutralize poison will only cost 1,000 gold pieces. Yes, I do want to pay for that. Not enough money. 2,
can I pool? I'm going to pool 1,000 gold pieces. Heal. Yes. Oh, okay, Peyton is scared. Oh, man, okay. That actually does work. Huh. Okay, so now the question is, do I queue up to... So do I queue up to heal my NPCs? And do I even have enough money? Okay, there's enough money there for one of them right now. I didn't expect this to work. I got to admit that that was more time than I would, that was a sketchy amount of time, but I'm going to take it. And I could have imagined what you're just saying, NPR. I could have imagined them charging me and not actually working. I actually do think I want my swordsman back up. That status does say dead. That status also says dead. I think that did happen, NPR. I think they actually did just charge me 1,000 gold pieces, cast neutralize poison, and Peyton's still listed as dead. Wow. I mean... Yep. Okay. So they're dead. I take it back. That didn't work at all. Okay. And I'm down to you're right. I mean, it said that. This very much feels like a first edition game. It's like really, really hammering you unmercifully. Okay. Good. That's an interesting point. Because I can raise people. I mean, how much does that cost? That's a lot of money. I do not have that much money. Well, thank you, Poison. Okay, so that's interesting. So I wasn't even thinking about raising. So should I raise? I mean, I have all these gems, right? I mean, hypothetically, I could go sell the gems, and then maybe I'll have enough money just to raise my PC. It's funny. See, now I'm attached. Now I'm attached to these 8-bit pictures. Like, oh, Peyton's been with me this whole time. So here I'm in the shop. I mean, these gems aren't going to be that valuable, are they? They're not going to be like 1,000 gold pieces each. If I pool it and then appraise it. That doesn't work very well. I guess I could have Nir Gianni take the gems. Then I could appraise it. This gem is valued at 500 gold pieces. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough money to raise anybody. I'm going to sell that so I don't lose it later. 10 gold pieces. That's not any good.
100. 500. Well. So that's worth about 2,000 gold pieces. I do not have enough money to raise anybody. So do I just carry around the dead people like in perpetuity until I drop them out of the party? Well, I'm sad. That made me sad. Well, let me try to play with this. I mean, people have been suggesting to get rid of the NPCs for a while now, so maybe I'm going to try. I'm going to try to go forward without the NPCs, but I have to. I got to replace my main cleric. That hurt. Let's. I'm gonna. That's how I'm gonna play it tonight, instead of saving the game. So let's share out the money. Wow, that was a nasty encounter. Oh, I guess right. Okay, okay. As long as I don't rest, I guess I can camp here. Altar, is that what I do? Drop. So I think this drop. Yeah, I think this drop command gets people out of the party if I'm not incorrect. So I'm going to drop swordsman. Yep. He's dumped in a ditch. Oh, that's terrible. I think this is the first time. This is the first time I'm dumping a dead body. Warrior will be gone. He's dumped in a ditch. Okay, well that's. Now I feel really bad. I mean, do the temples don't have burial services, do they? Okay, now can I? This is horrible. Can I take her stuff? And trade this to somebody? Must be unreadied. Kind of valuable. Yep, I can do that. Okay. That's enough. So classic loot the dead bodies. Oh, there's that money too. I'll leave the 1 gold coin as a token of our respect. Right before I dump Peyton in the ditch. Right, in camp and then altar and then drop. Peyton will be gone. Yes. Oh man, that I feel awful. Oh man, that's terrible. Oh man. Yeah. Good call, NPR. Yeah. And Disparol, thank you. So I took the big stuff, right? I admittedly I was about to make that mistake, but I took the big stuff. So I think that's good enough. So let's save this as B just in case I totally regret this. Okay, so I do have to go get. Okay, now I got to remember how to make a new character actually. I guess I get the So I think I get the interface to modify the party up here, I think. We train only clerics here. Do you want to train? I'm going to say yes. Not that I really want to train, but I get back here. Well, that's a good point. I guess yeah, okay, maybe I did make that mistake. Yeah, I did not take the swordsman and warrior stuff. You're right. Just I did make that. Now they didn't have any magic items. I'll say that. You know what? I did make that mistake because I was in the habit of not being able to trade from the NPCs, the other party members. So I was assuming that would be prohibited. You can take the NPC stuff when they're dead. Well, for Pete's sake. Okay, so strict first edition rules. You can only be a straight cleric if you're a human, so I'm going to go with that. I did not think I could. I just assumed it would prohibit me the same ways I can't trade from them. Make this cleric lawful good. Wisdom 14, not too terrible. Strength 14. I'll take that. Okay, so here is where I come up with a name. Okay, so here's our new party member, Harton. I'm going to keep... I might come back and modify some of this stuff, but I'm just going to keep it for now. And add character to party, namely him. And... I guess I can't change the order here, I guess. Do it here, here, him. No, he's only first level, terrible hit points. See, this is the part that, see, this is the reason I kind of like having NPCs, is just to bulk up the front line so I had more people not in contact to begin with. Okay, so I'm going to try that. Boy, I was feeling good about Sokal Keep, and then this happened. Then everything went sideways. The shop specializes in arms and armor. I think that's what I need. Yes. Few items. The main thing is this plate mail here. Trade this over to Harton. Exit. Exit. Pool. Buy. Okay, so get another cleric showing up here for work. So give him a mace. Cleric doesn't need too much stuff. There's no ranged weapon he can use. I guess get a shield would be nice. And then also get holy symbols at the other shop. I wonder what the difference is. Anyway, so I'll get a silver holy symbol of soon. Buy that. And, I don't know, silver mirror. Why not? Okay, don't tell anybody that I just did this, but I'll get that. Just in case I need something like that. Okay, so you're in plate mail. You get a mace. You get a shield. I can't read anything else. Okay, so there's Harton. Welcome to the club. party is currently 6. There's no difference? Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, right. No, so Disparel, so the giant scorpions have 5 hit dice, which is out of range for sleep, and that's exactly what happened. Right, I did this. Right, we cast sleep there. All right, so back to first level. But he's got a wisdom bonus, so I get 3 spells here. So, so Griffith is the one with the detect magic. So I'm just going to stock up on cures, is what I'm going to do. All right. And how much does Griffith have to? He's down 1 hit point. So just rest for 1 day ought to do it. Alrighty. Whew, all right, so somewhat reduced party after those giant scorpions. So let's head back, and I was doing really good until that happened. And of course, you know, of course they took out the cleric that would have been able to get delay poison. Of course is how that works. All right, so I was trying to explore over here on the west side. And we'll see if I'm making a terrible mistake not going. You've got to be shitting me. Are you kidding me? Are there more? What the fuck? Is it? Holy shit. Holy shit. Well, that is not what I expected. So that is the first time that I've had a placed fight that it just shows up again next time I'm here. That is super disappointing. Jesus Christ. You know, interestingly, Nirajirani is in a position where she could actually Stinking Cloud both of them. I mean, that would be totally against the book, because scorpions have 5 hit dice, and that is very much outside the range of sleep. Okay, I'm gonna try Stinking Cloud these guys. Maybe that'll help. 2, 3, right? That's the range of Stinking Cloud. Okay, so that helped. Now that's a totally different situation. All right, so instead of killing a third of my party, that's over in 1 round. Now, interestingly, right, I've actually been having a problem
getting Nir Jarini into good position for casting because I've got so many characters. I actually couldn't do, I wanted to do this same spell last time and I couldn't because I was boxed in by all my characters. So maybe there's a bit of an advantage having fewer characters for more mobility. Now, I hear what you're saying, Desparrow. For what it's worth, the book says it that the Scorpions are 5+5 hit dice. So however you go, maybe someone would interpret that as 6 hit dice, possibly. I guess maybe I should have tried it, but that would be way off book. Yeah, I agree with that, NPR. That seems to, maybe that's the lesson there. And the other thing I just noticed, see, I thought that they were going to set up my characters as with 4 in front and 2 behind, but they set it up as 3 and 3. So, so that makes a little bit of a difference too. I mean, I was having every single one of these characters with missile weapons, and I'm going to have to assume that the front 3 can't do that. But interesting. There are flat 5 hit dice. I guess maybe I'll make a note here to test that offline. But that would, thanks for telling me that. If sleep works against Scorpions, that'd be wildly against the rules. Fascinating. But moreover, why did I get more? Is the other surprising thing. Okay, well, I'm getting all the XP. I guess you got to say that. That was very upsetting. Okay, let me save this because at least I didn't die that time. Oh, that. I see what you're saying. Let me just look up my... You're right. I see what you're saying. Well. Yep. Okay. Now we're debating. Now we're being right. So you're right. In the monster manual too, there's a huge scorpion that's listed at 4+4 hit dice. Even that is supposed to be, but even that is supposed to be outside the range. However, that seems like more of a gray zone, I admit. Yep. Okay. Right. And then you're okay. Yep. I see. All right. You got it. You're right. I'm wrong. Yep. Thanks, Esprell. Right. It's the Monster Manual 2 huge scorpions that do have 4 hit dice, and they're in the same category as ogres, and sleep would have worked. Huh. Wow. Okay. Well, that hurts. Totally right. Good catch, Desparrow. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm trying to cut down on the number of multiverse threads that I'm spawning off here. So I'm trying to get one single plot thread going here at some point. Let's see what's in here. A thick carpet of fungus covers the floor of this room. Okay, so this is why I broke my personal rule and did actually take oil with Harton. This feels. I mean, maybe I shouldn't even walk through here. I mean, if I get out of this whole place without ever running into yellow mole, I feel like I'm going to be lucky. Just look over here, over here. So is there no way to get to this northern section up here? I feel like I'm getting stymied.
Seems like there's a number of places you just can't get to on this map, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's okay. Now I gotta admit that's a little frustrating. That those scorpions, yeah, those scorpions wiped out a third of my party, and there's like nothing of value over there. Okay. Yeah, I've been looking around for illusory walls. Parlay gonna be abusive because now I'm kind of a little pissed off. You sons of bitches. And I've lost the code word. There it is. I see. They re-ask that every time you land here. Eh? Is that it? I mean, I think I've cleared out everything, right? No, I'm just. Sawson, you're saying activate search mode. Admit it. Okay, so I've got a little scar tissue because I left it on by accident one day and just was like, why am I getting hit by wandering monsters every 10 feet? I'm going to try... see if I get... this. Okay, so a pale form rises before you, so... thing is, it seemed like the Lux word works with the other ghosts. My parlay could be nice. Oh, that's better. Okay. The shape speaks. I am the life form of Phlan Martinez, bound with the undead spirits of all who die within these walls to guard the keep. Tell me, has the city been freed? Do you A, tell the truth, B, lie, C, run away? I'm not entirely sure what the truth is. So I guess the truth is we haven't completed freeing the city. I guess that's the truth. Is that going to piss him off? Okay, I've ditched all the lawful evil. Okay, so now my party suddenly skewed more good for what it's worth. So I'm going to go with tell the truth, because it seems like everybody I got left is more truth tellers than who I had before. Truth. Phlan speaks. The city fell long ago to the unblessed creatures imbued with the might of a magical pool. Chief among these were Taranthraxus, Adranka, and Torath. I'm going to write that. That seems vaguely important. A magical pool, you say? That sounds like important backstory. Okay. With their powers, they ruled and united all else, driving forward to destroy us all. The sage Mendor worked hard to gather record of all these things, but they are lost now. His library overrun. That's many sad things tonight. Okay. To find help for your battles, you should pass through the illusionary wall in the armory of this keep. To pass my gods on the way out, speak the word Sama said. Now we are freed, our duty done, and Phlan fades away. Okay, well that's okay. Well, that's pretty useful. The armory, you say. I think a bunch of us were kind of orbiting the idea that there had to be an illusion somewhere around here. Good. Okay, thank you, Priest Martinez. The place looks wonderful, by the way. Is Mendor related to Yendor? And also, how mendacious is he? Oh, God damn these things! I mean, I freed the cursed spirits. I mean, you gotta call that. I'm gonna be sly. Like, hey, have you heard of Chesney? Did I misspell that? Oh, I had to put down Samoset then. Did they change the code word? Fucking. Is that what happened? God damn it. Oh, God damn it. And now everybody's in melee, and yep, you're right. Okay, see, I thought there would be other guards, and I threw away all my, yeah, no, I'm not carrying the Morning Stars, for Pete's sake. I thought there'd be other guards once I got past the illusionary doors, so I thought. That was actually one of my better rolls there. What have I got? I got sleep, I got stinking cloud. Too far away. Well, that's the difference between a first level cleric and third level cleric. Exit, use. I had a little glitch in the chat there. I don't know if anybody could just chat anything right now so I know we're back. Would be helpful. Guess I have to put this guy down, eh? You know, screw that guy. Oh my God. Yep, thank you, NPR. Yep, okay, so we're back. He's gonna take a lot of free attacks there. Okay, so I'm down to these zombies. Mostly. You can do that. Good. Okay. Oh, man.
Oh, Cadell's taking a beating. Okay, thanks for telling me that I'm here. I mean, the signals looked good, and then the chat went out for a second, so I don't know what that's about. Which I'd never seen before, so I wasn't entirely sure what was happening there. I got to admit, it feels not great that everybody's got to do melee now, whereas I had half or more of the party able to do you know, double range attacks previously. So this feels. Oh, that was nice. Okay, so these guys all have the full 10 hit points. That's good. I will say where I am, there were thunderstorms earlier coming through, so I don't know if maybe that's messed something up. So Roland's got only 4 hit points. So you saw me just take a little bit of a risky move there in order to get Roland. Oh, fuck me. What the... Yeah. Cadell's got 1 hit point. Well, that was nice. Good. Good. Ah, it's left with 1. So close. Good. You know, Griffith doesn't do a great job with that magic broadsword. Like, I'm constantly hoping for something really cool to happen, and then he misses a lot. Damn it. I'm intentionally getting as many people in there as possible to distract from Cadell, who's about to go down. That's it, right? Okay, so now I just got to take out this skeleton. So you just saw Nirjarini hit for 0 points of damage. So they are rounding, you know, skeletons take half damage from edged weapons like a dart. And apparently they're rounding down here. Is that it? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, right. So I've been wanting to get that +1 for the damage, and the misses are like making me disappointed all the time. All right. Okay, so at least one misstep there, but didn't lose any characters at least. So it's actually not the worst thing. Get a little practice in with my 6-person party. I am a little disappointed at people not all getting ranged weapons with the double attacks all the time. So let me see. So Cadell has max hit points of 14. I'm at 8. Wish it showed me right there. Okay, 12. I guess I'm going to go with that. Rollin, his max is currently 10. Ugh, terrible roll. Okay, so Rollin's fully healed. I'm going to go with that. Cadell's 2 points down. He's in the front line, getting beat up last time pretty well. Let's save that. Yeah. Okay, so back to the path. Okay, so I guess the code words changed, eh? I'm going to be nice. So now I've got to say Samoset. Samosud. Okay. If I'd screwed it up twice, that would have been super embarrassing. So here's the armory. Nope, that's the blacksmith. Are they going to put more? Are they going to put more frogs in my way? Poop. Well, at least we know the frogs are susceptible to sleep. At least there's that. Well, that was nifty. Oh, right, and I can go again. Fast. Okay, so so at least we know now that Nirjirani has can cast sleep for 15 spaces. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, this one broke away. Really, there's hidden loot in this room? Okay, so now I gotta take out this guy. Damn it. Now, Maelwyn could cast another sleep spell here. I'm gonna, I might have to come out the same way, so I'm hoping I can take this guy down. Someone can tag him for... Okay, that did it. I have been using look, right? So I have been hitting LLL for look in a lot of spaces, for what it's worth. I guess maybe not the right spaces. That's it, right? All right, I'm looking here. Okay, so I'm going to take the crowd's advice. So I will go walk through this whole. As you search through the wrecked smithy, you find that time has crumbled everything with the exception of one old hammer. Do you take it? I'm going to throw it away. That's what I would normally do. But okay, so in this case, I'm going to take this hammer. Thank you for pointing that out. All right, so I'm gonna write this down. Okay, so the hammer, probably magic. Do not throw that away. And I'll just check out the rest of the room just in case there's something else. But okay. All right, so thanks for that. I'm pretty sure I did get Norris's stash. I think I did remember to look as when I fought him there. So here's the Keep's old armory. So we did say north wall. So I thought I went across this whole north wall and looked every place, but I mean, is there anything else? What? There you go. Okay. Passing through an illusionary wall, you enter a portion of the keep that remains untouched by time or ravaging armies. There was a glow in the northeastern corner of the room. Northwestern corner of the room. Okay, so I think that's my first illusionary wall that I've actually encountered in this game. Very similar to Dungeon Hack, actually. I was hoping that the search would tell me, like in Dungeon Hack, you can search and it'll say, you just detected an illusionary wall to your north. So I was kind of hoping that would happen. I'm just going to document how that worked. You just got to walk through it, eh? Noted. Great. Okay. Now, don't give me any spoilers, right? So I'm trying to play without spoilers. So I'm looking in there. That's not happening. Here's the northwest corner. Really? Yeah. On stands here are a shield, a mace, a sword, and a small suit of chainmail. The equipment has not been tarnished by the passing years. Do you take it? Yes, that sounds useful. Okay, now I'm going to pile it up on near Girani. Wait, Griffith can cast Detect, actually. I can take stuff. Okay, it's all magical. Spectacular. Okay, so I gotta. I guess it's not telling me what they are, eh? But at least I know they're magical. Okay, so I got a bunch of magical stuff on this trip. That's nifty. Yeah, thanks for helping me tonight. I am trying to. I'm trying to give the pure experience of what it's like to run your head into a first edition adventure like this, and that's it, right? I mean, but I can't go any further west, I guess, eh? Seems like that's it. That's a pretty good haul. I mean, just gonna look around in here a bit. Seems like that's a pretty good haul to me. Okay, I guess that's it. Okay, so now I gotta figure out where the illusionary wall used to be. There you go. Am I gonna have to fight more frogs in here? Interesting. All right.
So once I confirmed I knew to switch the password, it's just going to tell me yes or no. So I think that's it. I mean, I guess that as far as I can tell, that's like everything in Sokal Keep of interest that I can get to. Yeah. There's a couple spaces on this map that I just couldn't enter. Like actually all those spaces down in the south. Yeah. So I do believe that's it. So I'm going to go back to town. I don't mind that. I feel like that's one of the if you overlook me throwing a third of my party into a ditch tonight, that was did a fairly good job of clearing it out, all things considered. I did disbarrel. Yep, I do. Yep. I did manage to do that, as a matter of fact. Yep. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out. So I would like to know exactly what those magic items are, actually. So, kind of pretty curious about that. Oh, Pete's sake! No. Look. Let me get to the next morning. Okay, so it's next morning here. All right, so still working on the interface here. Right, I do want to, okay, so I'm going to pool my money. And then I want to, so all this stuff is new, right? I'm going to ID this. Yes. Did I already have that previously? You have you have some sort of hammer +1. That's kind of weird. Shield +1. Looks like it's all +1. Oh, random encounters tend to be larger if your party strength is higher. Well, that's interesting, NPR. Oh, a mace +2. Oh, that's nifty. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Was that everything? I think that was everything, right? All right, so now that I've got, so IDing, it's kind of important to get that stuff tagged so I don't accidentally toss it at some point. I think it took me a while to figure out the interface to actually identify that stuff. And now, you know, I'm thinking on that point, let me do a little bit of bookkeeping here. Trade to him. Trade to Griffith. View items. Trade to Griffith. So I want to get the magic arrows marked. Wow, Okay, so it's interesting because I made a huge mistake there. Is I was splitting up these 56 arrows thinking they were magic and they weren't. So so there's my 25 plus 1 arrows. So there's that. Okay, so all right, so some ups and downs tonight. It's about 1 a.m. here, New York time. So I think I'm gonna bank tonight. Call that successful enough. I guess I am going forward without the NPCs, and I am seeing a little bit. I don't know. I see pros and cons. So I'm having a little bit more flexibility in the moving, but I got more characters locked down in melee that can't shoot missiles. So I guess there's that. So I think I'll make some decisions about who gets what of this stuff offline, and I'll plan to come back next week. And I already killed Norris the Grey. So I guess I probably need to clear out a little bit more of the Kudos Well area. And then I do have the rumor about an auction in Podal Plaza, which is the next block past that. So probably next time I'll come back and try to finish off clearing out Kudos Well is probably my plan. So hopefully I'm getting a little bit more traction here. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, NPR. What do you know about the NPCs that I dumped in a ditch tonight? You got me curious. And it's interesting that they increase the random monsters. I mean, that actually is by the book in early D&D, as a matter of fact. So I guess I can see why they did it. Okay. All right. So I gotta remember to do a little bit more searching when I go through these places in the future. I'm glad I picked up that hammer. I mean, that's nice. So one of my 2 clerics will get that, obviously. Really? Huh. The NPCs would betray you later. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I committed. Thank you for telling me that. I mean, I did commit to going forward like this. So I guess this makes more sense why everybody has been clamoring, get rid of him. I guess we're not going to see the betrayal on this particular timeline. Fascinating. That's kind of neat that that's in there, actually. I respect that. Good job. So I'll plan to be back next Thursday. Hopefully things are a little bit cooler by next week in places. If you got COVID, I hope you get over that easily. If you have monkeypox, I hope that clears up soon. Whatever cursed timeline you're living in currently in 2022. Good luck, and I hope we'll all be back next Thursday night. And of course, we'll be back with our Wandering DMs talk show on Sunday. I will actually be on the road. I'm going to be connecting, hopefully, from Philadelphia, actually, if all goes well. And we're going to have a very nice chat. Great idea that Paul came up with. The death of the DM, kind of like death of the author. Different ways that people have tried to get rid of the DM in playing Dungeons and Dragons, including, have a computer game, have a game that doesn't have a DM, the old gaming books that you could play fights with without a DM, solo adventures, stuff like that. A bunch of different things have been tried over the years. So we'll discuss our experiences with games that intentionally try to get rid of the DM and whether is that really what Dungeons and Dragons is about or not. So join us on Sunday and share your thoughts about all these different techniques of trying to get rid of the DM and whether it's a good idea or not. Personally, I'm enjoying playing a Pool of Radiance. I am in fact managing to scratch my first edition D&D itch this way. So I'm glad this is here, and I appreciate everybody helping me along through my various screw ups. So thanks for being patient with me. And I'm seeing Toothless Shark's comment there about using the Gold Box Companion. I have that available. I am playing this on Steam, and they do make Gold Box Companion available. I am intentionally avoiding that to get as much of the original experience as possible. So if it is a little bit tougher in places, and I am having to do mapping, which I do offline,
I don't do it while we're doing this live, but offline I come back and I actually map places out to get the whole experience. And if I screw up my map, bad on me, and I'm willing to kind of deal with that. So yeah, I actually, if you get this on Steam, go ahead and use the Gold Box Companion. That will have an auto mapper for you, so that's great. I am intentionally trying to make it hard on myself because that's what I'm like. But thanks for the reminder that this game could be a little bit easier now if you play it on Steam. There you go. So there's another night of games from the Elder Times with Pool of Radiance. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and helping me out as usual. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday for Death of the DM. And I'll be back next Thursday night. And then actually the Sunday after that, we plan to have Jason Morningstar, the creator of Fiasco. We've played Fiasco on the channel a couple times, like the 4th of July. We played a live game of Fiasco. It's kind of nice, you know, no dice involved. We find that it's easy to get people who've never played role-playing into it, as a matter of fact, particularly our friends that do improv comedy here in New York and other places. So we're really looking forward to talking with Jason Morningstar, who made Fiasco and a bunch of other games. That'll be in 2 weeks, 2 Sundays from now. So a bunch of exciting stuff coming up. Get over your sickness, everybody. Rest up, and we'll be back next week for another game from the Elder Times. Have a good weekend, everybody. See you next time.